As Americans, we've become accustomed to eating cheese made from, cow's milk, goat's milk. Well, the Monitor's Naquin is about to show us one Georgia cheese producer who's starting to make cheese from livestock you might not expect.
At Flat Creek Lodge's more than 2,000-acre operation in Swainsboro, Georgia, there's a Wisconsin man doing nothing other than making cheese.
I'm a little bit proud of being a Wisconsin cheesemaker, yeah. I have a different background than most cheesemakers. Most cheesemakers in Wisconsin are, they've grown into it. Their family has been cheesemakers.
As a young man growing up in Wisconsin, Hubner went to school for microbiology and thought he would make a living brewing beer. But along that road of studying fermentation and microorganisms, that dream changed, and he decided his calling was in cheese instead.
I love my job, there's no doubt.
A calling that's now landed him in Georgia, a state not often recognized for its cheese.
I got recruited. I got a phone call from Caroline Harless, and she said, well, I just talked to Norm Munson at the Department of Ag in Wisconsin, and he says you're the man. And I was like, this conversation is going to go really well.
Dane stood out because of his background and his knowledge and his passion for cheese. I mean, he has the passion, and that's what it takes to be an artist in that kind of field.
Artistry is something Hubner is very familiar with. Both of his parents are artists, and he says his creativity is something he learned from them.
The creativity part, yeah, was definitely in me. And this was a way to be creative and use the science background. So this is a combination of art and science.
But just being creative doesn't make you a good cheesemaker. You have to make good cheese, and Hubner does just that. If you can recall, his Aztec cheddar won Best in Show at this year's Flavor of Georgia contest in Atlanta. But that's not the only recognition he's gotten.
We have 4, actually. We won a Best of Show, a 1st place, a 2nd place, and a 3rd place within the last about 2 years.
Dane's impressed me because of the awards that we've gotten, but the basic thing that Dane has impressed me of is his knowledge. Dane has such knowledge of how to make cheese, and he likes to experiment.
It's really rewarding regardless if I'm winning awards, just doing the hard work every day and experimenting and seeing the results of your work.
He's able to experiment so freely because of the many resources that Flat Creek Lodge offers. Depending on how he feels that day, Hubner can mix his cheeses with anything from blueberries to wine. And there's even a place on the grounds where he can smoke his cheeses.
There's just about everything you can imagine here.
In the United States, cheese is traditionally made with cow's milk. And here at Flat Creek Lodge, that's no different. But what is different is that some of the cheese made here is from sheep's milk. And Hubner says that's what makes his cheese stand out.
We're the first sheep dairy in Georgia. Most of the time when I say, oh, I make sheep cheese, people are like, cheap cheese? What, it costs less than normal cheese? Most people don't know that you can milk sheep. There's an old proverb that says, goat's milk is the best for drinking, cow's milk is the best for making butter, and sheep's milk is the best for making cheese.
It is very, very creamy. It's got a wonderful texture to it.
And Hubner believes sheep cheese will be well received.
This is the future of artisanal cheese production in the U.S.
And it will put this small Georgia dairy operation at the forefront of our country's cheese industry. For the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Naquin.